I'm trying to think of different topics to talk about while I'm waiting for this computer to arrive and start working on this website. And one of the topics that I do like talking about is meditation. I ran into a website that I was looking a little bit about it. I'll post a link on it. But there's some good things and bad things about meditation. Meditation is not going to be the answer to everything. After all, if monks meditated and no problems have been solved, then what good is meditation? And Deepak Chopra, for one, brags about meditating, and his meditation led him to writing a book about how we're all supposed to accept dying. And he's said in an interview that if we actually solved every problem on the planet, then we would be like mummified mummies. We wouldn't move. The only reason we move around, apparently, to Deepak Chopra, is to solve our problems. A little bit too much meditation going on there. And meditation is good in a way that you start paying attention to what it is you're thinking about. And in this one documentary that's showing you the science of meditation, you just start to become aware of what it is you think about. And you start to be aware that, hey, it's just a thought. I can shift my thoughts. What's really going on with every time you have a thought, your body has to make a chemical for you to experience that thought. So if your brain is replaying the same, this is what my life is like, this is what, life sucks, there's global depression, the world is coming to an end. I mean, if you're going to replay these same messages in your head all the time, and then you take a break and decide to try and meditate and stop all the thinking, well, what's going to happen is you're going to stop making all of those chemicals that support all the doom and gloom thoughts to what does it feel like to have zero thought. So um, you're giving your body a chance to get addicted to a new routine of making different chemicals. If you are on a routine of thinking doom and gloom, your body will become addicted to it and make it automatically. Once we develop a pattern, genius bodies take over and do it for us without us thinking about it. So to stop your brain from thinking, try meditating, and then you stop your body from making any form of chemical. Some people love that. I can't. For one, you have to just let the thought go away. And for me, I can't let some of these thoughts go away. And that's basically what this, maybe people are against new age sciences, is because what this is trying to get you to do is just pay attention that something's going on, you're having a thought, and just don't think about it. It's not there. More or less saying there's a massive problem in front of you, and as long as you keep your eyes shut and don't look at it, don't talk about it, the problem doesn't exist. And what ends up happening is, in the cosmic picture of everything, yes, you can make your problems appear to disappear by just changing what you focus on. But if you still have something that's inside you that you're just blocking out, you're just suppressing, you can't just not think about something. Um, it's when you choose not to think about something, you are actually suppressing something. Your body has to make the same paths, the same chemicals. You're just not going to be aware of it. It will be done sort of on a subconscious level. And so you may appear like, oh, my life is wonderful now. All I have to do is think of the positive shit and everything's wonderful. No, it's not. The problem's always going to be there. It's same with my situation. It's like I am dealing with this global bullshit problem. It is affecting me personally. I look at any of my videos, I think I can pull the think positive um, trick to its teeth, but in reality, there's still shit out there. It depends on which side of the coin I want to look at. Um, I can look at it that, okay, my life is shit. I'm still on a disability, still don't have the computer, still don't have the challenges that I'm trying to overcome haven't been overcome. And I'm sure once I do that, there's going to be another challenge after that. And after that, there's going to be another challenge after that. So, do you actually solve problems, or do you just change the way you look at your problems? And that's more of where I think it's more beneficial, is when you start to be aware of your thoughts, be aware of the problems that you have. Your body will create the chemicals to sustain that, but you need to transform it. You need to um, give it a totally different meaning. And then every time you have that experience, it just doesn't go down that path anymore, because there is no path to go down. You've completely eliminated that path because you've given it a new meaning and a new path to go down. It's not about suppressing anymore, it's about transformation. In my case, yes, there's lots of global shit going on. How do I transform that? Um, how do I not feel totally depressed? That's another thing I kind of wanted to add in there, is they were dealing with people with depression. It's not like I don't deal with depression. I mean, my life is shit. My kids have all suffered because of what, you know, these conspiracies, which aren't really conspiracies, they're actually true, but the government system, the legal system, the school system, everything has screwed up my children. That's enough to get any parent really depressed. But what I end up doing with it is, okay, there's lots of problems, so I need to step up and be part of the solution. I can't help those who are worse than me. And where my brain tends to go on is, I know that there's a sex trade industry. I know as I'm speaking, there's hundreds of children that are being forced to have sex right now against their will. That kind of has my focus. When I have that thought and I meditate and they say, oh, it's just a thought, let it go away. There's no way that I can let go of that thought. It makes no sense. And any monk or anybody that's into meditation, that would say, every time your thought goes on towards, there's danger out there happening to another human being, and you're supposed to just block that out. That's how we get disconnected from other human beings, and that's why I think it's kind of dangerous. And I choose to keep my focus on, yeah, there's a hell of a lot of people out there that are screaming for help. We've been hearing, 51 years old, I've been hearing they're starving in Africa since the day I was born. There's lots of problems that need to be solved. Do I have the right to sit and complain when I have a little bit more freedom than somebody else? And if I have a little bit more, then it's my obligation to save myself, find my solutions, and then start participating and helping a hell of a lot of other people that need to find solutions as well. And that's where I think this, yeah, we do need a completely different education system. Not one that tells and dictates what the corporate elites want you to learn to be their slave, to fetch them their friggin' food. It's got to be an education system that teaches you who you are with society, where things come from, how to connect the dots, how to use your brain, how to be a creator. If you knew how to use your brain, then there'd be no such thing as a depression. Personally, emotionally, you can't ever have a depression if you know how to use your brain, because your brain makes the chemicals for you to have depressing thoughts. The thoughts you have, um, you can't think of a better thought simply because you can't think of a better thought. But it doesn't mean that there's not a better thought out there. It means we kind of need an education system out there that says, how do we find out, teach your brain how to have better thoughts? Generally, to make it really, really short, look for the opposite. That's what I do, is when I can't find the answer to something that I'm complaining about, um, I can find all the descriptive words to make something look really bad. So if I can do that, then I know what I would like it to be. If I would, it should be this. It's this bad because it's this way, because it should be this way. So if I know how to describe everything perfectly the opposite way from what I'm complaining about, then I know how to find another idea. Now, that's how I can flip it over and see something completely different just by looking at the opposite of everything that I complain about. And I try very, very hard to live my life, though, from a perspective, don't ever make a complaint unless you're part of a solution. So there's my little take on meditation. It's really good to sort of help you slow your brain down and get control of it and sort of not go on cruise control with your thoughts. Because if your thoughts are on cruise control, so is your chemical drugstore. And your thoughts control the drugstore controls your actions and how you experience your life. So control what you think about, and you control it, every single thing that you will experience, right down to your feelings and emotions. And it does work at attracting everything that you want to attract, but it may be in the process of transforming every problem that you have into the solution. For me, a lot of it is patience. I like things to happen right away. So my lesson is patience. I think we are a planet that needs to develop patience. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if some of this takes you a little bit of time. But that time is your lesson in patience, is where I um, and patience usually gives you all of the information that you need. That lacking information to complete a story is where patience comes in, because while you're having patience, it's look for more information, because the more information you can gather while you're waiting will take you to another level. That's sort of like, if you look at life as nothing but a computer game, there's cheat sheets. And part of the cheat sheet to winning the game of life is knowing that if you can gain some patience and receive information during that time, you get cheat sheets. Listen to information. God works through people. You'll hear messages. Just pay attention and receive it, and it will, for better term, take you to another level. Peace out.